welcome. Sampa's apology is welcome, but accountability must follow in an election year. As Zambia moves steadily toward the 2026 general elections, the political environment is becoming increasingly charged, competitive, and sensitive to issues of trust and credibility. In this context, the recent controversy involving Maturo Member of Parliament Miles Sampa offers a timely reminder that democratic leadership demands more than rhetoric. It requires responsibility, accuracy, and accountability. On Sunday, January 18, 2026, Sampa issued a public apology to the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, after circulating claims that a fake polling station had been established along Lale Road during the Chiwama parliamentary by-election. The ECZ swiftly dismissed the allegation as false and misleading, stressing that all 111 polling stations in the constituency were properly gazetted and operating within the law. It subsequently demanded a formal retraction and apology, which Sampa delivered. While the apology was necessary and appropriate, it also exposed deeper challenges facing Zambia's democracy in an election year where trust in institutions is under strain. The controversy and its impact. The incident began when Sampa questioned the legality of a tent polling station he encountered during the Chiwama by-election. His public remarks quickly spread, raising concerns among voters about the integrity of the electoral process. The ECZ responded firmly, clarifying that the polling station was lawful and accusing the MP of spreading misinformation. Sampa later acknowledged that his claim was based on reports from residents and an unverified visit by a party official. After meeting ECZ officials and confirming the legitimacy of the station, he accepted responsibility, apologized, and pledged to verify electoral concerns with the commission before making public statements in the future. This sequence of events demonstrates both the damage that misinformation can cause and the importance of corrective action. However, in an election year, the harm caused by misleading claims does not always disappear with an apology. Why accountability matters in 2026. As the Zambian Observer editorial rightly noted, Sampa's apology is welcome, but insufficient on its own. In a highly polarized electoral climate, allegations questioning the credibility of electoral processes can erode public trust in democratic institutions, particularly the ECZ, whose neutrality is essential to credible elections. Zambia's 2026 elections, scheduled for August 13th, will be a critical test of the country's democratic tradition. Since the early 1990s, Zambia has earned praise for peaceful transfers of power and strong public support for constitutionalism, including presidential term limits. Voter turnout in the 2021 general election stood at a robust 70.6%, reflecting high civic engagement, especially among youth and women. Yet trust is fragile when high-profile political figures issue unverified or misleading claims. Even briefly, they risk weakening confidence in institutions that underpin democracy. Retractions and apologies matter, but so does preventing the spread of falsehoods in the first place. Electoral integrity, misinformation, and public trust. The Sampa episode unfolds against a backdrop of heightened anxiety over electoral integrity. The Patriotic Front, PF, Zambia's main opposition party, has publicly accused the ECZ of partisanship, at times claiming that the 2026 election is as good as stolen. Such rhetoric, combined with incidents like the Chiwama allegation, feeds a narrative of distrust that can discourage participation or provoke conflict. Recognizing this risk, Zambia has launched a multi-stakeholder national action coalition on information integrity, supported by civil society, media organizations, and the United Nations Development Program. The initiative aims to combat misinformation, including emerging digital threats such as deepfakes, and ensure citizens have access to accurate electoral information. Viewed in this broader context, Sampa's claim was not a minor misstep. It became part of a wider struggle over truth, credibility, and confidence in democratic processes. Broader political implications. The controversy also highlights deeper political tensions within and beyond the PF. Some opposition actors reportedly went as far as reporting Sampa to the police, underlining how seriously misinformation is viewed during an election cycle. Internally, PF leadership disputes involving Sampa and rival factions have contributed to fragmentation within the opposition. Analysts argue that a divided opposition weakens democratic competition, potentially giving incumbents a structural advantage. When combined with disputes over the impartiality of institutions, such as the ECZ, these dynamics risk shaping public perceptions that elections are less competitive or fair than they should be. Zambia in regional perspective. Zambia's democratic challenges are not unique. Across southern Africa and the continent more broadly, elections are increasingly contested spaces marked by debates over institutional credibility, misinformation, and inclusion. While Malawi's 2025 elections recorded a high turnout of 76.4%, South Africa's 2024 polls saw participation fall to around 59%, particularly among youth. Zambia compares favorably in voter engagement, but it lags behind regional peers in gender representation. Women currently make up only about 15% of Zambia's MPs, well below the Southern African average of roughly 29%. Constitutional reforms enacted in late 2025, reserving 40 parliamentary seats for women, youth, and persons with disabilities, signal progress, though critics question their political motivations. Youth engagement remains another decisive factor. With Gen Z expected to be a key voting bloc in 2026, digital activism, issue-based campaigning, and trust in institutions will heavily influence turnout and political participation. Looking forward, Miles Sampa's apology should be seen as a starting point, not an end point. In a democracy, accountability means learning from mistakes and changing behavior, especially for leaders whose words carry significant influence. As Zambia approaches the 2026 general elections, the conduct of political actors will matter as much as policies and party platforms. Responsible communication, respect for institutions, and a commitment to factual discourse are essential to safeguarding electoral integrity. Zambia's democracy has shown resilience over the past 3 decades. Whether it continues to deepen or comes under strain will depend on how leaders, institutions, civil society, and citizens respond to moments like the Chihuahua controversy. In this pivotal election year, apologies are welcome, but accountability, transparency, and vigilance must follow. Thank you for watching. For more content like this, please comment and subscribe to the channel. One Zambia, one nation, one people.